Teenage mental health can be very complicated. Some people may have great mental health, while others struggle a little more. I got to talk to the school counselor, Mrs. Price, about the subject, and she explained that while mental health is important to everyone, teenagers are especially at risk.
It's important for everyone to have good mental health, but I think it's especially important for teenagers to have good mental health because you are dealing with so many transitions in your life, so many changes, right? Not just what we deal with every day at any age with family dynamics and things like that, but you're also dealing with, coming middle school to high school, that transition. You're dealing with hormones and all of those things that factor in as well. I think it is imperative that at an age, especially before you're out on your own in the world, you learn how to manage your mental health.
Teenagers are at a higher risk than other age groups, according to mental health experts. Mrs. Price tells us why teenagers are more at risk than other age groups.
Teenagers are more at risk for a variety of reasons. One, all those changes we were just talking about, right? And physically, there are changes going on in your bodies that are also putting you at risk. But then I think in 2022, you're more at risk because of social media and things that are constantly a barrage of information that is coming at you about what a perfect body should look like or what a perfect family appears to be, and all these things that aren't real, but we see them constantly.
Mental health problems can follow teens even as they become adults.
What we learn and what we practice is what we become. So if you're learning to cope with crises in your life and things in your life with nicotine or marijuana or unhealthy relationships, those are the things then that you are at risk to continue to try to deal with an issue that's not really treating, right? That's a Band-Aid. It's not treating the issue.
The stigma surrounding mental health can also play a role. Mrs. Price explained how teens can conquer the negative stigma and improve their mental health.
I think back to my grandparents' generation, even my parents' generation, and to in fact mine too. I mean, it just wasn't talked about, right? It wasn't something you talked about. When we talk about things, they become manageable things for us to work together. And it has to be student, parent, counselor, doctor, whoever is part of this, like it has to be a group effort. Just like it is if you are on the football team and you sprain something, now you have the physical therapist coming in, working with the coach, working with the trainers, right? Same thing.
In our community, Mrs. Price says that we have several experts to go to when it comes to mental health services.
We are very lucky here, very lucky. You have your counselors at each of our schools. We have Compass, and they're a great resource for us. And then you have the Child Advocacy Center, which they're just rock stars as well. And if there's a need beyond that, we have access to that. And our local doctors and PAs, nurse practitioners, they know, like they're in the loop, and it's all part of the conversation. Edith at the health department. So I think we have a good lot of help here. The biggest thing is knowing that where the need is, if that makes sense. You can always use more help, but I do think we have a really good system of humans that can help our students.
Mrs. Price gave some advice for parents who are trying to assist their teens with their mental health.
I think the biggest thing is listen and not compare. And I think it's so important just to listen and create a space where your children know they can speak to you about it.
If you or someone you know is suffering with their mental health, there is help available for you. Contact your local mental health service provider or one of our counselors, such as Mrs. Price, for more resources. For BBN News, I'm Braden Harkness.